So welcome back to my channel. In this channel, I talk about the natural ways of healing your body with diet and herbs, because the body is a holistic biochemical machine that can only correspond to the right chemistry and energy. And if you don't give it the right resources, then obviously you can suppress the symptoms, but we're never going to get to the bottom of the causation of disease. Disease is simply an expression of an imbalance, and we want somebody outside of us to give us solutions, and that is never going to work. What we can seek outside of ourselves is guidance. Guidance in how to get back to ourselves, how to investigate into our mental, physical, emotional bodies, and what we can do, a guide map to get back to that balanced state. The solution is holistic healing, meaning you're tackling the physical, the mental, the emotional, and also the spiritual aspects of yourself. If you've been suffering because of the medical industry and their lack of ability to understand your needs, to understand your body, to give you the solutions that actually work long term, this is a ubiquitous problem because the medical industry operates under the umbrella of symptom suppression. So they are there to give you drugs which are highly acidic. What we can do instead, if we need help, and all of us do, healing is a very vast process. It's a difficult process. We need support. We need help. So where do we look for that help? We look for somebody who can guide us to get back to ourselves. We can look for somebody who's a guide, who's been there, who's healed her or himself, who's healed other people through education and through support. Simply giving the person a blueprint to a more holistic, more regulated state of being. And then the person has to take this blueprint and take accountability for committing to it to be able to reap the benefits of the healing journey. So the medical system is incredibly reductionist. It looks at all different organs and systems and it categorizes them. If something's wrong with the heart, it must be the heart tissue, it must be the blood vessels that are at stake. But nothing could be further from the truth, because if a heart condition arises, there could be other elements at stake that cause that heart condition. There could be something wrong with the kidneys or the liver or the endocrine system. All of these systems are related, and doctors, unfortunately, are very categorized. You have a cardiologist, you have a dermatologist. They're too specialized in what they're looking for to see the big picture that is a human being. And the big picture tells more stories. The big picture opens up a book into the person's past, into the person's lifestyle, into the person's habits, into the person's traumas, into the person's family history. The body is a holistic map, and everything in it is related. All the processes, all the organs connect to each other. If one is weak, that is going to impact the other ones. So unlike the doctors would like you to know, your body is a holistic biochemical machine that integrates many different processes, that is wise beyond what we could ever think is possible, that operates under this beautiful epigenetic, genetic storyline that takes your ancestry and propagates that story of your origins. It is a vessel for the spirit. It does so much that we cannot reduce it to a simple mechanical element. And that is what the medical industry tends to do. It looks at the body through mechanical parts. It has this reductionist way of looking at health. If a system is down, let's not look at the system. Let's simply give the patient drugs to suppress feeling bad about that, to not feel the pain. And the pain, the symptoms, are basically our body's messages. It's our body's way to communicate to us. Something is wrong. Something is dysregulated. I need your help. Instead, doctors just want to silence the body. They don't care if the body's not happy, it's dysregulated, it's wanting resources, it's wanting fuel that it's not getting, it's asking for help. No, let's just suppress the body's messaging and let the patient feel better. But the fact is, disease has a cause. There is an underlying dysregulation in the body that manifests in the weaker area of the body. So all of us have different weaker areas of the body. be they genetic, be they environmental, be they both genetic and environmental. So if we know we have weaker areas of the body, we have to take preventative measures to make sure that area is taken care of, that it's nurtured, that our diet, that our emotions, that our mental health actually tries to facilitate the wellness of course, the holistic body, but specifically that area of the body. So let's say our kidneys are weak. That could show up as a heart disease or an endocrine system problem. It depends on the function and integrity of the other systems. So it's all related. And the way disease expresses itself is if that weaker area is further weakened by our diet and lifestyle. Meaning our diet is acidic, our emotions are acidic, our thoughts are acidic, and the company we keep is acidic. All of this is toxic. If the body receives toxicity from any of these forms, environmental or internal, it's going to degenerate and tear the weaker areas first, because those areas lack integrity. They lack the support. They lack the strength to fight back and compensate. So prevention is key. Another thing you have to know is the body operates holistically. So if you heal physically, you're also going to heal your mental and emotional bodies. If you heal emotionally, that is going to trickle down to the physical and the mental spheres. And if you work on your mental health, you're going to see positive effects in your physical and emotional health. One example how this works is, let's look at the endocrine system. So the endocrine system is made up of different glands, from pituitary to the thyroid to the parathyroid and adrenal glands and so forth. Although the endocrine system is physical, it actually governs our energy levels in the body, our energy channels that are also called the chakras. So the endocrine system or the chakra system also corresponds to our emotional body. For example, the adrenal glands handle our stress. How we handle stress and how we handle emotional regulation that comes with stress is going to be expressed in the health of our adrenal glands. The same thing goes with our thyroid. Our thyroid governs our self-esteem. How we see ourselves has a lot to do with how we correspond with the world, how we put ourselves out there, how we interact with life. The gland system runs on high energy, so we have to provide the system with high energy resources, which is the fuel we call food. The food we internalize has to be so high in energy that it can heal the endocrine system, it can power our chakras. And if it doesn't, what happens is we can experience a lot of mental or emotional issues. For example, if you don't have enough calcium in the body, that could cause our parathyroid gland to go down, to become weaker. And that could be expressed as depression. Another issue is if we experience a lot of anxiety or we have a lot of panic attacks and we're basically extremely sensitive. That can be traced back to adrenal function. So you can see how biochemically, if the glands are not in the best shape, and that can be fixed through fuel or through food, we can also experience that as physical and mental issues. So to get to the bottom of why we are experiencing certain disease is to understand that the body is holistic. No one thing caused your disease. Multi-layered elements could be part of that causation. And we have to look inside ourselves, meaning we have to explore ourselves, our history, in order to get to the bottom of why we are suffering. And that is part of healing. Unless we look inside, why are we dysregulated? Unless we look inside to see why we're suffering physically, we're not going to get to the bottom of the cause. We're always going to suppress the symptoms. We're always going to look the other way. We ignore the symptoms because if we maybe give our symptoms the power to speak to us, we're going to discover something about ourselves which is not pleasant. Maybe we have suppressed a lot of our past. Maybe there are traumas that we don't want to confront. Maybe there's a shadow aspect to ourselves, something that we suppressed for a really long time in order to survive in the modern world. Maybe we were able to suppress all of these things for a long time because the body is very strong, it's very wise. But when the cup becomes full, because we have a lot of unresolved issues from the past. We have new issues that are created daily. We have physical, environmental, mental, emotional toxins that are constantly being processed. Our capacity to deal with all of this becomes full. And that's when the body says, no more. The body doesn't have the strength to cope. So the weak areas become weaker, and the body is trying to compensate without success, meaning they become even weaker and weaker. And if we keep suppressing the symptoms, they will come back stronger, because the body is saying, this has not been resolved. There's more issues now. We have to talk, and we have to get to the bottom of what is really wrong. So we have to realize that we are fully responsible for our healing. Not a doctor, not someone outside of ourselves, but us. I believe that it is the fear of personal accountability for ourselves that makes us give up our power and give it to doctors and authority. So what if our disease is simply a teacher, a wise teacher that is trying to get us to look inside, to look at our shadow, to look at anything inside of ourselves that we dissociated, that's very personal to us, that's very unique, because we wanted to survive? What if listening to our disease is actually the key to healing? Not only healing, but transforming. Because on the other side of disease is a different person, a person who is more integrated, who is more authentic, who is more self-aware, self-loving. And that is what disease wants. Your disease is letting you know that it wants you to make better choices for yourself. What if through this journey of disease, you learn a lot about yourself, how you cope with life, where you've given up your authenticity, where have you sabotaged yourself, where are you holding pain, where have you not forgiven, are there any traumas still stuck in your body that should have been resolved? Is the past guiding who you are today? Is there suppressed anger from childhood? Is that junk food diet a coping mechanism? Is that lifestyle habit a coping mechanism? We have to look inside ourselves at those uncomfortable parts that we dismissed, because those are the key, the roadmap to healing. And that fear of looking inside ourselves and having that conversation with ourselves, reflecting and doing that very painful and difficult work of healing, is why you rather go to a doctor or to a person and take a pill, because we are afraid of going into those depths and discovering certain things about ourselves that we need to know, that we need to heal, that we need to integrate in order to be well. So we look for quick solutions, we look for quick treatments, and that is why the medical industry still keeps thriving despite not being able to cure or treat anything long term. It exists because it meets that need that we have, that psychological need for someone to take care of us, for us not to take responsibility for ourselves, not to have to deal with the heavy aspects of life. But I promise you, once you do and you make a commitment to work with yourself, to look at your history, to look at your emotional, mental, physical lifestyle, to look at your past, to look at your current life, to explore your mental, physical, and emotional blockages, that is the key to first becoming a friend to yourself, to forgiving yourself, to forgiving others, and then becoming aware of your deep primal needs that you have to meet, those physical, emotional, psychological, mental needs that you dissociated just trying to survive in the world. That quiet inner work, that self-reflection, is the first step towards a journey of healing. And once we do the inner work, we regulate that energy flow in our bodies, we become healthier. Then we can do other work. We can work on our emotions, regulating our nervous system. We can work on our mental resilience, and we can work on our physical health. Detoxification and an alkaline diet are other tools that you can use on your healing journey. They're very important to bring good energy inside the body and regulate the system. Just like the inner energetic work you're doing, the chemistry you place inside your body is actually going to be converted into energy. If you're doing the personal work and then you're doing the dietary, physical healing work, and you're doing the mental, emotional, relational work, Imagine the tremendous healing work you would be doing and the transformation on the other side. You need guidance in healing physically. Detoxification has been an ancient tool since the dawn of time that humanity used to basically release waste and poisons and that which no longer serves us, and then energizing the body to be able to self-heal and regulate. If you need any help in doing so, I have created a detoxification solution that is very, very comprehensive. It is a reflection of years of learning about natural wellness, about holistic wellness, detoxification, and it has helped me personally heal from many chronic issues. And I am here as a testament to tell you it is possible. It is also something that has helped many of my clients, and I know that it can help you as well. You can find this bundle in the description below. So if this video motivated you, it inspired you to really take care of your physical symptoms and get past suffering and come to the other side through this shadow work, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more information about natural health and what it takes to heal the body holistically. Until next time, take care.